Hi, I'm Heather DeLaterante, and today I want to talk about spiders. Spiders have been appearing to me so frequently in the last 3 days that I feel it is absolutely worth mentioning today. I even was called to wear my spider malachite today. But I saw a spider on my mirror last night. I saw a spider in the sink. And then in our family group chat, there was mention of spiders. And I made this really funny joke of Spider Lives Matter. I found it hilarious personally. SLM, Spider Lives Matter. Spiders are friends. And I was thinking about all of the things that spiders do and what they represent, what they symbolize, what their medicine is, how they weave their webs to catch their prey. I saw a spider try, like this little tiny spider, try to take on this giant stink bug that got stuck in its web. And man, it was determined, but eventually the stink bug like shook itself free, like just the weight of it, because it was too heavy for the web, and it got free. And that spider was like so disappointed because he was like, man, that's a huge meal. I was just like the ambition of that spider to take on such an enormous insect was like, wow. I just sat back and watched the spider. It was cool. Because you ever like sometimes I get really I have like the spontaneous humor that is triggered by whatever my circumstances are, or whoever's around me, or whatever they say. And sometimes I just like crack up at my own jokes so hard. And I thought, like I can't even remember what they were saying. Something about a spider, and my niece said, "Oh, you can catch it and keep it as a pet." And I sent a meme of nobody's free until everybody's free, and then I said that includes the spiders. And spider lives matter. I thought it was funny. Something is up with spiders lately. So I was thinking about that. Spiders. Spider webs, cobwebs in the corners, things that need to be cleaned out. Um, Spinning a new web, spinning a new destiny. Spinning the fates, weaving the fates. Weaving the fates. Weaving. Spinning. The spinning wheel. Well, do I have a drop spindle over here? Why, yes, I do. I do have a drop spindle. It's been a while. Oh, it has been a while. I don't even know if I can get this on the hook anymore. It's wound up so much. I might be able to though. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. My seat. I wish you guys could see my whole outfit because I'm so freaking adorable. I did get my new corset. I actually got two of them. I have a beige one too. The black one I think is my favorite. going to spin on my drop spindle, because the drop spindle is easier to show you in the video. So I just give it a good spin so we get a good twist. And the twist grabs onto these fibers. And so you do what's called a draft, which is where you stretch out the fibers. Watch. See? And I can spin it like a top because it has a rounded bottom. I made it myself. They're really easy to make. So what I'll do is once I get a good twist up on it, because it's hard to draft and keep it going, because it'll start to go in the opposite direction once it reaches the end of its spin. I hold it down with my feet. I just kind of hold this up and I'll untwist the top a little bit to relieve some of the tension so that we don't break our thread. And I'll start to stretch out very gently the fibers, and then I'll gently release. And the twist will go up into the fibers. We continue to gently stretch. And the better you get at this, the faster you'll be able to do it. And I think a drop spindle is like the easiest and most inexpensive way to learn how to spin and make your own yarn. When I was first learning, I broke it off. I did that on purpose. Now, if that happens, I'll show you what to do. I didn't realize I was going to turn this into like a tutorial, but I am. So that's fun. Just kind of twist it around. Oops. You know, one thing I've always wanted to do was to work at the Renaissance Festival. Something I always wanted to do. But it's right when the kids are going back to school, so it's hard. This would really fit in at the Renaissance Festival. This is a really peaceful activity too. It's very peaceful. Very relaxing. There's an alchemy to spinning, I feel. Because there's not a single strand that hasn't come into contact with your energy. There's great power in that. catch it and let it twist. Oops. Isn't that so cool? And I still have all this in my hand. I think it's amazing. It's totally magical. I'm really excited about my goats because it's been one of my dreams for a long time to have Angora goats. So the first shearing on them is going to be really special. And it's going to be a lot of work that I'm really looking forward to. Oh, I broke it. If you over twist it, it'll break. But that's okay, because I can fix it. So what I think I might do is I'll do some videos on shearing the goats and what we do with the wool, how we clean it, skirt it, and card it. It would be skirt, clean, card, and then spin. Skirting is when you like separate, kind of go through it with your hands, or you use like some kind of like thresher. Like I have this old thing that my mom gave me that looks like a torture device. It's got all these spikes or nails sticking out of it, and what you do is you run the wool through it to get out any kind of barn crud, any like clumps of dirt or poop or or straw bedding, because you don't want to spin that up. It gets matted into the wool and it's a pain in the butt. So yeah, you just kind of run it through that, and that helps to get all the barn crud out. And then after you've done that, you kind of soak it in some soapy water overnight, some hot soapy water overnight, and then run it through the rinse cycle in the washing machine. Alone, of course. Hi, Banez. Okay. And then you take carding brushes. They look like big dog brushes, big dog paddle brushes, and you put the fibers in the brushes and you kind of pull it apart, and that way all the fibers are going in the same direction. They're all nice and smooth, and it makes it easier for spinning and drafting. There was a wonderful lady who taught me all this and even gave me my carding paddles, my first big bag of wool to work with, which is this wool, by the way. I saved it all these years. I was like, it's like, because I had my first daughter, Melody, and after she was born, I didn't have time or space to even do anything that was for me at all. For like 6 years. So I still saved it because I didn't give up on it. Like, I loved it, and I want to do all these things. I'm like a natural. I'm so good at it already. It's like I've always known how to do it. Okay, so got it fixed. Uh-oh. It untwisted too much and the twist didn't set in. This can happen. Oh yeah, I forgot about when you, oh, I didn't tell you that part yet. I didn't even get that far. So like once you're done spinning your wool into this kind of yarn, where it's just one thread, you would put it onto what's it called? A niddy noddy? Yeah, a niddy noddy, which is basically just like this wood where you've got like two prongs that stick up and you kind of just wrap it around it. Like, you could do figure eight or you could do just a round. But that's to help, and then you spray it with like water to help the twist set into the fiber so that when you let it go, it doesn't untwist. And then what you do is you would take a spool of this and another spool of this, and you would ply them together in the opposite direction that you originally did the spin in, and then you would put that on a niddy noddy and let that twist set in, and then you have some nice yarn for knitting or crocheting. This is Mr. Ibanez. He would like some lunch. Okay, I think I've talked about enough. Spiders. Yeah, I think they want me to clean my house. I think that's what they want me to do. All the spiders are like, clean the house. We need to make new webs. Oh, it's for like, Fraggle Rock. Remember Fraggle Rock? Okay, remember the doozers? And they would like make all these constructions, and the Fraggles would eat their constructions. And then there was this episode where they were just like, don't eat the constructions. They work so hard on them. We shouldn't be eating them. We should be appreciating them. Blah, 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 blah. But when they stopped eating them, then they had to move away because there was no more room to make any new constructions. And that was the whole point of what they did, is like they like to make constructions. And then the Fraggles eat them. And it was just part of their symbiotic relationship. And when they disturbed that symbiotic relationship, they couldn't be there anymore. There was an imbalance until the Fraggles were just like, we're going to eat the constructions because they're delicious. So what I'm trying to get at is like the cobwebs that accumulate in the corners are kind of like that with the spiders. They need us to clean out those cobwebs so that they can make new, prettier webs that aren't full of dust. and old spider sacks. Okay, I'm gonna go clean. I love you guys. May all your pent up potential awesomeness be made kinetic. May all your pent up potential awesomeness be made kinetic. May all your pent up potential awesomeness be made kinetic.